Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm back. Been having loads of fun with my family, so that was an excellent thing and a good reason to not be around. But it's been a while, so I want to just come on and work on a little pocket thing that's going to go in the pink colored journal that we were making using Denise at Wondubar Crafts beautiful papers. Oops, those are Gail's what do you call them? Doilies. Jeez. But yeah, these papers from Denise. So that's our main focus. This is a design team project, so that's what I'm using is her paper. And I showed you guys these signatures, or this one signature that's going to go in here. I haven't decided. I may be able to get two in here, but it's just going to depend on, I'm not sure, so I'm not going to talk about that today. But I was going to work on this pocket, and I've done things like this before, and what reminded me was the purple journal that I just showed you guys last week. It had these pockets that you use book pages, and they're side tucking pockets instead of going like up and down this direction. They're this way. So I've just taken pages out of a Reader's Digest, this one, and but you can use any size book pages you want. You can cut them, you can do whatever. So I just put two together, glued them together with a glue stick, and then I folded one side over, you know, to make this pocket. And I did trim off some of this because I just didn't want that rough edge on there, and I probably will be trimming some of that off too, because I want to make this part and this part roughly, you know, the same size so that it looks like evenly distributed pockets kind of thing. So that's what we're going to do now, oh, except we got to glue this together first. So this is just 2 pages that I'm going to glue together. I hope you guys all had a lovely weekend. I had lots of fun being creative. My aunt is very artistic, but she does a lot more like fiber type arts, and she makes shawls and sewn dolls and things like that. So she kind of has a different outlook, but still we both love to like go to thrift stores and things like that. So we did that with my sister and my daughter, and they're always very good at helping us find things that we can use. So we found all kinds of, I found lace and just fun stuff to use. So it was lots of fun, and we had creating time when they would sit and my aunt knits and my sister crochets, and I was working on that Halloween digi that I was showing you guys, the ladies, and I don't have it done because oftentimes by the time we got working on that stuff it was kind of late. So you know how when you're tired you're not as productive as when you're not tired. So it was kind of that type of thing, but it was just a lot of fun to visit with her. And then my other aunt came into town yesterday, and so we had dinner with them and breakfast with them this morning before they all took off. So everybody's gone on their merry way now. Ouch. Sorry, knocked that onto my foot. So this is the type of thing I'm talking about. So we'll have a pocket here, pocket here. You can even do a pocket behind as well when you hook it down to the page. But I want to put some papers on there, and I should have done that before I glued this down. I just didn't think about it and slapped it down, but we can make it work. It's not a big deal. I think I'm just going to kind of collage on there, see what we come up with, because you can just kind of tuck some of these type things in there like that, and you know the drill. So it's not really exciting, and I'm not sure who came up with this. I'm thinking it was Patricia Veramontes, and I am not even totally sure where I got it from originally. So, but I know, you know, it's nothing new. It's been out there. But if you're new to junk journaling, it might be new to you. So I thought that might be a good thing to do, and I just wanted one of these long pockets. I thought it would be a fun addition. So if you have some stuff that you're working on, you can go ahead and get that out. So yeah, we're working on that Halloween digi that I was showing you the ladies, and my aunt drew me a really cool pumpkin. So that's gonna go in it, and so yeah, so we were just working on all kinds of different things together, and it was lots of fun. So and everybody had a good time, I think. It seemed that way. Let's see, you know what? I'm gonna have to go get my rulers. I left them downstairs where I was working on that digi, so I'll be right back. Sorry about that, I'm back. I always have to forget something. Can't ever, you know, be completely prepared. So that's what happens when you spread your products or projects out all over the house. Then you forget things in different spots. So yeah, another fun thing that we did is yesterday we went and walked around Art in the Park in our little town, and that was really cool. It was much bigger than the last time I had been there, so that was nice to see that it's got some growth. And I always think I need to do that, but I can't ever seem to get enough like things made to, you know, make it worthwhile for having a whole booth and all that. That's the one benefit of Etsy is, you know, you don't have to have like a million things on there. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this in here. See, this is why, so if you make one of these, don't fold that flap over until you decorate it how you want to, or at least that would be my suggestion. So you don't have that problem that I just had. I think I will take a little piece and put it on the inside. So yeah, we just really had a good time. It was good crafting time, good company time. And I'm not around loads of people that are creative. I mean, like my daughter's musically creative, and my son's like creative with his, sorry, I'm just looking for my little sponge thingy, computer stuff, but they're just different things. So it's hard to talk about, you know, like they don't necessarily want to go to thrift stores and things like that. I mean, my daughter will go, but they're just different ways of being creative. So it's fun to talk to somebody that is, you know, into some of the same things. That's good. I really like this end of the flower better than the other end of the flower. It's not funny. Maybe I need a different piece and I can use this one somewhere else. I'm just trying to use it because it was a little piece, but I don't like the way the direction it's going. So let's see here. These are pretty, but they're kind of going that same way. But I think it's okay if I can get the whole thing, like, just want to get an idea. I think this will work. Maybe if I can take it down further. Because I just want to see some flowers. I don't want to just have the writing, so something like that. Yeah, I haven't made one of these in ages. It's been almost a year since I've made one of these. Just forget stuff. Some things you use all the time, others you forget. So yeah, while my aunt was drawing me pumpkins, she even drew me a funny little witch. I should have brought that up, but I left it downstairs. But I was drawing on a tea bag, sketching on a tea bag for, you know, something to put in the new digi. And so I'll show you guys what I did. It's hard to see with the, so that's what I did. I sketched out the trees and the little pumpkins and all that stuff. So that'll be on a page just as like a background or that type of thing. Because it is kind of hard to find digis that are for Halloween, or not digis, but images. And you would think, because you find them everywhere, but to find stuff that you can use copyright free kind of thing, it's kind of tricky. So we were trying to create some of our own so that there's no issues. mean, you can sometimes find, like I found a few sites that had, they were saying they were copyright free, but they were modern images, and I don't know that I trust that. Like, I really try to check dates and make sure that images aren't, you know, somebody's artwork, obviously. And I've been hearing a lot about the stamp issue going on. And I mean, I knew kind of that stamp companies did that, but I had thought, because I know that Stampin' Up! Changed theirs a little bit, and I thought they were all kind of going to that because, you know, so many people create using stamps and, you know, consider it more as a tool. But I guess that's a no-no, so I'm going to try not to really use stamps very much at all, which is a bummer because, you know, you buy them and you pay for them, and a lot of the ones I have are old, but they're, you know, still somebody's copyrighted property. So I don't know, that's just kind of a sad thing. And I know you can use some of them and look up the policies, but seriously, who has time for all of that? I mean, if there's something I really want to use, I will look it up and see if I can use it, like just in a journal. Obviously not in a digi, because that's copying, like you're making copies. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer not to use that stuff when you have it. I mean, that's the whole reason you buy it. It's fine for some personal use, but lots of people create for, you know, to sell their work. But that's the way they want it, then that's the way it is. So I probably just won't really use them anymore at all. Alright, so there's that piece, and I'll probably add some things to it, but for now let's go with that. And then I thought I found this, I mean, it's Gail's. She used it the other day and I was asking her which one it was and stuff. So we figured it out, and you probably won't see a whole lot of it. I think I'll save that for something where you can see it better because it's kind of a big image. So let's see what else we have. And Denise's lovely paper. Could use the clocks and things. I want to try to get maybe these are neat, so let's try to get some of those. Because you're only going to see a little bit of it. I backed it with my old paper one. Yeah, it feels like it needs something there. See, I thought these could maybe tuck in those. They're kind of a little bit big. They might be a little too big for that. I might use more like the journaling cards to go in there, but let's see what we can put. I also have these clocks that are kind of cool. Or if I could just do a portion of those. Yeah, I like that better. So let's do that. Let's tear off the top. Yeah, these are super simple little pockets to do. Nothing too hard here. Just do a strip because we don't need a ton. Do this side as well. Gail did do a great, Gail Agostinelli did a great thing though. She made a digi to, you know, write down, if you do use stamps, you can write which ones you used for a project, and that was a brilliant idea. I know it's upside down, but I really want these little clocks, so I don't think I'm going to worry about it because it's not like a focal, so it doesn't really make a difference if it's upside down. I think I grabbed the wrong side. I meant to do the other side, but it's fine. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, if you know you're going to use, you know, stamps and sell a journal and all that, then I would go check out those digis that Gail made. I don't use a ton of stamps anyway, but sometimes they're fun. You just need something on a page. Alright, so yeah, I think that'll look cool. So we're just going to glue that at the top and this side, and then that way we'll have our pockets. And you could also stitch around these if you want to. I think I'm just going to do this one like this. Alright, so that's a fun little thing. So then in our journal, if we put it, let's see, like on a page like this, you can leave this back part pocket, pocket. So you could even, you know, do just the top and the bottom and almost have it like a belly band right there, which is what I think I'm going to do right there. Just put it down, get something done. And I don't even feel like I need to ink around the edges of this because this book page is pretty yellowed. But if you know, wanted it more or whatever. So you try to sort of get centered. We found at the Art in the Park, these people make these beautiful oil lamps out of like slabs of stone, and then they put, you know, holes in them, drill holes in them, and the wicks, and then there's a little reservoir underneath. Those were super cool. I mean, there was tons of cool stuff, but those were, I would say, one of the more exceptional things that we saw. Great gift ideas. I just have to get a smudge of glue somewhere. I can't remember, just do it and not get glue everywhere. Yeah, so I like that. So let's see, like that one can go in there, or it could go all the way in here too, because it's a big enough space for those nice big tags. These ones need to be backed. And then I think I want to do some kind of something on this postcard front. And the back is journaling space, and I will stitch around these because that's a little plain for my taste. And she has these, but I think I'll use the big piece for some of this over here again. It's a great collage sheet because it's just got all kinds of stuff on it. So let's see, what do I want? I'm just going to kind of take this section over here. It's got the most stuff. I just want a little bit, because already, you know, there's all this up at the top that I like and I want to keep, so I don't want to cover everything up. And I have some of my pink painter's paper, and I promise now that, you know, I'm back to not just hanging out with family, I will try to get some of this in my shop. So if you guys want some, you can get some, and you don't want a giant roll of it, that is, because you can get it at Home Depot, but I know how that is, trying to find a place for all that. I just have it sitting here in my way. I just like that little bit of pink. It's kind of fun. This is a little bit long still. And I thought maybe a flower or something, maybe some fabric. Let's see what we got. It's not really the right color. They're too different. Could do birds. I don't know how I ended up with birds and flowers mixed, but who knows? It's the whole problem. I get everything all mixed up. Kind of like that. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Maybe some book page would be good. Let's use one of these. Or wait, I have some pieces, but nah, that won't work. It's not big enough. Need more like a square of it or something. So Reader's Digest. I'm just using pages out of there because they're a little bit yellowed. I don't have any really great I do have some old music. Put one of these stamps up here, that'd be kind of cool. Kind of need something else. I'm not sure what. Let's see. Oh, I have butterflies. Some holds. Sorry, they got spilled. Those flowers too. Yeah, that's kind of pretty. Maybe that's better. Let's see. Got a little butterfly instead of a giant one. Yeah, kind of like that. I don't know, this or this though. Is everybody yelling at me? I just think I like this because that's what I like. I'm sure somebody wanted the other one because that's the way that works. The good news is you could make one and do it do it that way. Yeah, like this would be kind of cool to stamp on. I don't want to get in any trouble. It's just really hard to find, you know, you're making something out of old things and I don't know, it's hard to not get into copyright problems. And they were talking about the paper too, like the scrapbook paper and stuff. It's like, my goodness, if we can't use them in the world, we're gonna make these things out of. It's kind of nutty. That's the one good thing. At least the digis. I'm gonna do a little bit darker around the edge of this because it's almost the same color as the postcard. I mean, a lot of digis you can't. They don't let you do that either. But a lot of them, you know, like mine, you can use. You just can't print them out. You know, like you can't sell them as a digital download. So, and a lot of them are like that, so that's helpful. At least you can make a journal with it and sell the journal. Just getting a little nutty. Got this one. That's one thing I definitely like about these. They hold the ink a little bit more than these ones. So like, you know, you can go all the way around something and not have to dip it unless you want it like a lot darker or something. So that's really nice. I'm definitely liking those, even though I was too cheap to buy them for a while. I guess you can get them at the dollar store and stuff. They don't have them at mine, but I'll keep looking because, you know, sometimes they don't have them and then they will then next time you go in, so. Or if they run out or whatever, who knows. That does leave the little, you know, pieces, the specks of the sponge or whatever. Oh, whoops, I was gonna, I guess it's gonna go on top. I don't really want that on top. Did I do it on top? Can't even remember. I don't think so. Let's see. Probably not going to be able to do this now because that Scotch Create. Oh, and I've been getting lots of people asking, so I'm going to show you the label. If you order it on Amazon, it's the red packaging, like their little glue sticks, but they come and they're the Scotch Create, as long as you know, say you want permanent and all that. It's a permanent glue. Just make sure you check that, because when it's the kids version, or you know, they have other versions that don't stick quite as well. So just make sure that you got the right one. All right. And I still think I might want a little bit of like cheesecloth. Let me see. Another thing that might be cool is this. Some tulle would be different. Let's try that. I'm not sure where I put my cheesecloth. I put everything away, so, you know, not stumbling over it so I can't find it. And I just chop it. I don't try to do straight lines or anything because it looks weird to me like that. It just adds a little something. You can even kind of tear it a little bit. Stretch it and stuff. And of course, ink it. You could tea dye it, so, or coffee stain it or whatever, and then you wouldn't have to do this, but I just don't have any done, so I'm doing it this way. And the ideas come on the fly, you can't always be prepared. This can go here, and when I put, there's the little fuzzies on there. When I put this down, it'll stick. And I'm going to use wet glue to stick this Tim Holtz piece down, just because it's going on top of that fabric and layers, and I just want to make sure it's going to stay down because it's a little bit thicker. I really like these. I've never gotten these ones before. I've, you know, like I've got his paper dolls and stuff like that, but I've never gotten these ones. I don't know why. And you can see the glue right now, but it'll dry and then it won't be bad. I just want to make sure it all stays. And then, couldn't get a hold of the butterfly and I forgot to ink it too. The only tricky part is that might catch on pockets and stuff, so we might do a little bit of the other glue to just hold that down. Oops, I needed that. I know, put it upside down and it'll come out better, but I don't have my little jar right here, so. I'm going to just kind of, this is wanting to fold a little or bubble, so I'm going to fold it and put the butterfly over it so it'll stay down. Maybe. Alright, there's that. And like I said, I'm going to stitch around this. So I'll do that real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, hi, I'm back. So I stitched all around, and you might be able to see it better on this side. I just kind of, you know, moved it all through when it was doing just a straight stitch. So, and I forgot to put the stamp on when we were together, so I put the stamp on. And then let's see, we're going to check how this is drying. Should be plenty dry, yep. So I'm not sure if it could go this way for now, but we could put it the other way. So that's big enough to hold that. And then for the other pockets, let's see, maybe some of the smaller journaling cards could go in. Oh, these are neat. These tickets are neat. Let's put this one up here. And then maybe one of the big ones would fit. So something like that. So it's kind of a whole page collage belly band, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so I'm going to back these ones and I'm going to stitch around them so that they'll, you know, look finished. And I'll do the same thing with these journaling cards. But yeah, just a fun little tuck spot. Oops, this one was supposed to go here, where you can put all kinds of stuff. And this does work with that tool on there. So very nice. Alright, well, I will talk to you guys again soon, and if you like my videos, please like and subscribe, and please visit Denise. She doesn't have this clock one, that's one that I had, but at Wondubar Crafts for all her neat. This kit, like I said, is dedicated to her mother, and it's called Martha. So I'll leave a link below to her, her Etsy so that you can check it out. So we'll talk later. Bye-bye now.